What's up, y'all? Tony here at Harrisburg Honda. Behind me now is something pretty awesome. It's the newly redesigned 2023 Honda HR-V in Nordic Frost Pearl. The year was 1998. Honda introduced the first HR-V. It wasn't until late 2015 that we got it here in the States. Overseas, of course, it was a small, compact, fuel-efficient, three-door SUV. Here in America, it was a four-door design with a sleek, coupe look and feel to it. In the near 6 years that we've had the HR-V here in the States, the design has basically stayed the same. A few little changes to the wheel package, some aesthetics in the grille, and some badging is pretty much it. We never had the true redesign that we all deserved and needed. Now we have the most powerful, the widest, and the baddest HR-V yet behind me. Honda is taking a minimalist approach to the whole model lineup now. We saw it with the Civic and we loved it. Now this HR-V shares the same concept. Now when we think minimal, we think the lack of attention. That's not the case. When we walk around this HR-V, it's going to be the most detailed vehicle yet in this lineup. Now check out the awesome front redesign of this new HR-V. We see now LED daytime running lights, headlights, and tail lights are going to be standard. And check out this sweet design, similar to the Civic, but it's flipped. Last year's previous HR-V model had this round daytime running light design. Now it's crisper and edgier compared to previous models. Speaking about edgy, look at this front fascia as well. Honda's carried over that power bulging front end like we've seen with the Passport and the Ridgeline now, and the Civic, and we get it with the HR-V. This is gonna be the sport style grille. It's open and it's black, and it looks amazing now with this new front end. Also down here at the bottom, we have functional vents on the left and right side for increased airflow and cooling. One thing that stands out with this new redesigned HR-V, where the Honda logo is. It's not embedded into the grille, but above it now. It shows dominance and presence when it's traveling down the road. Also, the hood now is going to be 3 inches wider across, and you see how it's open down here. It tapers down for increased visibility for your driver. Now, we always remember the previous HR-Vs. There was a lot going on in the front, the contrasting with the chrome, the black matte finish. Now everything is sleek, it's clean, it's sophisticated, and it's extremely mature. The side profile of the new redesigned HR-V is gorgeous. We see here with the headlights, they wrap around on this crisp edge here. Also, this new hood is pushed back and it's gonna be longer than the previous models. This new HR-V is 9 inches longer than the previous year model and only 2 inches shorter than the current CR-V. We have our side mirrors also pushed back about 3 inches and features a side heated mirror for the first time with the HR-V. Turn signal indicator is going to be on both sides. On the Sport, you'll see this black finish on your side mirror, but on your EXL models, it'll be body matching. Speaking of the body, check this out. Everything now is a lot more cleaned up compared to last year. A lot of parallel lines and no more of those crisscrossing acute lines that we saw with previous generations. We didn't really like it. It gave it a coupe design. Now it's a true four-door compact SUV. Now with the HR-V, we have the exact same design door handles that we saw with the new Civic. It's sleek, it's body matching, and the coolest part is they hide that emergency entry. It's gonna be located behind that door handle now. Moving back now, the one thing that stands out with the HR-V is that quirky handle that we all love to hate, of course. When our kids were getting in the back seat, it made it tough for them to reach up there and pull that handle across, and it was a little flimsy. Now we have a physical handle now for your backseat passengers, and it makes it super easy to get in and out. Also now, because we don't have that up top handle that everybody hates, we have this actual rear quarter glass window with increased visibility for your driver. So no more blind spots now in this new HR-V. Also something new for the HR-V, capless fuel filler and smart entry door. Moving down now, everybody loves wheels, and these new wheels for this HR-V Sport are incredible. We see a black alloy 18-inch design here. On our LXs and EXLs, we get a sharp, crisp 17-inch alloy finish as well. Stay tuned for that. Compared to the previous model, this HR-V is completely parallel from the front to the back, all the way from A-pillar to C-pillar. Last year's model had that slope, so it made it look smaller than it actually was. Look at the increased now angles for your cargo capacity. It looks just like a Porsche or an Audi in the rear, not just for styling, but for cargo features as well. When you're looking at the stylish aspects of the taillight that roll around and the way it bubbles to the top, with this new blacked out spoiler, you're thinking, Tony, it must be a European $40,000, $50,000 SUV. It's not. It's a Honda. It'll never be that much. These sweet new taillights on the redesigned HR-V are incredible. They share a little bit of similarities with the previous year models, but they lost a little weight. They're compact and they're crushed down. They're super sleek. So you do have your reverse light here, which is super bright. Your directional lights are going to be up top here, and your brake lights located on the bottom. Now, another cool thing that Honda is kind of tucked away with these new tail lights pays homage to the last year's model. We see these tiny little hexagons located all throughout the inside of that lamp there, and they're truly sweet, and they add depth now for that new redesigned tail light. Speaking of the rear, you also have these sweet blacked out sport badges on your sport model and a chrome HR-V badge on all three trim levels. We lose that chrome all-wheel drive badging and we get that little decal right below your windshield, similar to the CR-Vs and Cross Tours of the previous year models. And you also notice that double chin of a rear bumper the HR-V had is gone. Everything's flush, it's sleek, and it flows all the way to the top. Now we also see that your back cargo hatch does come out just a little bit, which increases your cargo capacity in that rear trunk space. Now in this seamless bumper design, you do have two reflectors, but one thing that's pretty sweet now is that chrome exhaust tip finisher you get on the Sport model, and it really fits with this new rear bumper. The biggest reason why we love this crossover is the space you get in the cargo. Now that we have that new sleek design rear bumper, there's no more of that double chin, and it makes access of getting everything in and out super easy because you're right there in your cargo area and you're not having to reach. I got short arms, so it makes it super easy now to even drop that back seat. Now we see a lot of new things in the cargo area of this new HR-V. Texture materials all the way across and up the sides. They also travel down the doors into the front of the vehicle. The most important thing back here though is going to be your cargo and storage. You're going to have 24 cubic feet of space with the back seats up, and with one flip, with drop now you have over 55 cubic feet of space here in the rear cargo area. Now I know you're all wondering, but Ethan did the math, and we can fit 770 guinea pigs back here with the seats completely flat. That's freaking awesome. Now let's check out the inside of this all new HR-V. Now on the inside of this newly redesigned HR-V, we see a lot of the same styling we have with the new redesigned Civic. This dash layout is probably one of the biggest things that stands out. Everything is sleek and it's long, and it really opens up the dash for your passengers and most importantly the driver. Also, we see this new vent design. Everybody's loving it with the new Civic. The previous HR-V's design was a little wonky. You had that stacked design there across to the right side. Now you have these awesome honeycomb design vents and these nice little textured analog controls as well. Now on your LX and Sport models, you get a sweet 7-inch display. When you move up to that awesome EXL, you get a 9-inch touchscreen display. Here you have these physical buttons. They're all labeled so you know what you're trying to get to. But most importantly, you have these textured volume and tune select knobs that are similar to what we saw with the Ridgeline with how gnarly they are, but they're not as aggressive as the Ridgelines. They're sleek and they're awesome and they feel great. Also now this touchscreen display does have some components that is going to be touchscreen. So it's not just all buttons down here. You still have an operation on that display. When we jump to the EXL model, we get wireless CarPlay for the first time. It's awesome. But most importantly, CarPlay is standard in the HR-V. Now also you see you have a digital cluster and an analog cluster, which is awesome. You also have the ability to customize what you see on your left side on that digital cluster, and Honda's also added a few little features to that digital side. A new tracking for your all-wheel drive ability as well, so you can see where the power is being shifted. Also standard now is going to be your Honda sensing packages. On your LX package, you won't get the blind spot warning. You'll get that on the Sport, and then when you move up to your Touring model, you get those additional parking sensors as well. But the nice thing is, sensing is across the board. And since this HR-V is basically built on the Civic platform, it's the new Civic wagon, we have the same design steering wheel. It's going to be leather wrapped on your Sport and your EXL models, but also you see this great orange stitching that flows across the entire vehicle. It really changes the HR-V's dynamics and it really sets it apart in its class. Also standing apart in its class is this steering wheel design and this gloss black finish. You're still going to have your standard texture controls, your scroll button on the left side here. Your voice command prompts are still going to be activated. But the things that we also love the most now, your Honda sensing, your lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control features are one touch right here. On the previous year model HR-V, we had that touch sensitive display there. Everything was kind of wonky and it wasn't truly user friendly. Now we have physical buttons, just like with the heated seat indicator, high, medium, and low. And you also have these physical control knobs, fan speed, your cooling and your mode adjustment also. So again, it's extremely user friendly and it's not going to give you a headache or make that daily commute a pain in the butt. Now with the previous generation HRV, we had that little cubby hole that was in the front there, and it's kind of weird. They've taken that away. Now we have in place these awesome deep cup holders, and on your EXL trim level, you have wireless charging ability also. Now all of this center console is going to be leather wrapped, and it's still going to be stitched with the same stitching material that's on the steering wheel. It looks incredible. Also, what's incredible is this new sleek design. You have your control features here, like your emergency brake, your brake hold, your downhill assist, and additional drive mode selects. Now, again, like I mentioned, that cubby isn't up there. It's back here now, and it's awesome. It's where you can hide things, and you can truly put a lot of stuff right here. Speaking of right here, quick charging port, super lightning chargers are going to be on both sides for easy accessibility. Now moving back, what we noticed with the previous year model HRV was that center console storage. You had none unless it was a Tic Tac box you were carrying. Now you got plenty of space and room now in that center console. If we look at the door handles now, they look like they're an endless pocket design. They're not. You have true pockets on the top and the bottom of the doors, and also you have this nice rib material that we saw in the cargo area. Now moving in, we also see the same stitching design that we're starting to love on the center console, and the dash layout carries over to the seats. These new seats now are extremely durable and high quality material. It's the first time we've seen them now in the Honda lineup, and they're truly amazing. Now of course the HRV from the outside, it looks good. The inside looks even better. But the most important thing is, Tony, how does it drive? I can tell you, honestly, it's amazing. This HRV, of course, is the most powerful HRV yet with that 2-liter K20 motor under the hood. It's naturally aspirated, but it does put out 158 horsepower, which is a lot more than the previous generations. So when we're doing a side-by-side comparison, that previous HRV was nothing compared to what it is now. This thing's peppy, and it gets up and goes in just your normal drive modes. This redesigned crossover is perfect for your daily commute, your visibility, your fuel efficiency, the all-wheel drive capabilities, and let's say you still want to take it out on the weekends, have some fun, or go for that adventure. Don't sweat it. The HRV is capable of doing anything that you have in store for it. Now in the back of this new HRV, check out all the space you have. Now the one thing that we did lose with this redesigned HRV, since it's not on the Fit platform any longer, were those magic seats. It's okay though, we still have 60/40 drop rear seats, which give you a nice flush surface from front to back. Also now, like I mentioned, with that increased space and size, again, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but there's a ton of space back here in this new HRV. Now in the sport model like we're in now, you have this awesome cubby hole for your phone, snacks, things like that. Now when you move up to your EXL, you do get some additional charging ports back here, and you still have that nice cubby holder. The previous HRV had that terrible blind spot right behind your passengers. Now check out that rear quarter glass. It opens up the visibility on the inside, and it's awesome. The smallest details on this new HRV are what mean the most. Check out these new interior lights. One touch, it's on. One touch, it's off. Dun, 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 dun. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, price. $26,395 will be your all-wheel drive LX model. That'll be for a non-premium color. We move up to the sport like we're in now, $28,395 for a non-premium color option. And the big dog, the EXL, is gonna be starting at $30,195 if it's not a premium color option, of course. Honda lovers, thank you once again for tuning in and checking out this newly redesigned HRV. We hope you like it, but again, like we always say, we hope to see you in our showroom soon. And if you made it this far, hashtag GuineaPigs in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys, see you soon, have fun.